Hey everybody, it's Greg again. It's part two of our Unbreakable Spirits tribute to I Love Lucy, our classic TV show of the week. So, we stopped where we just started to talk about some characters. So now, when we talked about was, Fred, old father, getting me to roll up in that. And the one obstacle was his drinking, which was well known in public. So, but Desi Arnaz really liked where from, and he insisted that he could go over Fred. And what happened was Lucy wasn't too crazy keen. She thought Folly was going to start drinking again, causing a lot of problems in the set. They'd have to replace him. And she said, why good? But William Frolic himself telephoned her and asked for a chance. I said, please give me war, and Lucy some town, and at the time, Fred was William Frolic 64 years old. Ethel, living in Venice at the time, was 24 years young. She was like 40 years old. Now, that was one of the things where she was hired for the role as at the Mertz. Oh, let me tell you, how did the Mertz get? Mertz was the name of the doctor of one of the writers. One of the writers, when she was a little girl, she had a Dr. Mertz, was her favorite doctor. That's how they put that in the story. A lot of the other characters, she and Lucy's friends, were actually names of Lucy's old friends, either then or in the past in Jamestown, New York. So, Vivian Vance. Desi Arnaz, actually, Vivian Vance was not the first choice to get the role of that, but they heard about her, Desi Arnaz, and one of the head writers heard about Vivian Vance, and they went to see her in a play that she was in. Vivian Vance was doing a lot of plays at the time. She had done a few movies. She was a beautiful, beautiful woman. She really was a model in real life. But she didn't have a breakout role. So Desi Arnaz, when the writer went to see her in this play, and they really liked her, they hired her on the spot, which I have to, but Lucy was a key on that. Why? Because Lucy had decided that there should only be one pretty woman on the set. She had pictured Ethel as being this older woman, sort of frumpy kind of a person, or clothes, sort of like someone Lucy could play with. So she wasn't too keen about the idea of hiring Vivian Vance. But Desi convinced her, and they toned down the Vivian Vance. So what they had her, if you notice in a lot of them, ever since she's wearing old frumpy clothes, baggy clothes, her hair, blah, blah, blah. And they did that on purpose. Vivian Vance wasn't too keen on the idea of William Frolic being husband. Number one, he was much older, looked much older. Number two, Vivian Vance and William Frolic did not get along. They did not get along off set. They just didn't. They just didn't like each other. Most of the characters, most of the cast really did like each other. Vivian Vance and Lucy got along fine. In fact, after the initial hesitation by Lucy, they became close friends. In fact, Vivian Vance was in Here's Lucy, which was in The Simpsons. So that wasn't a problem. Ethel and Fred in real life did not get along. And one of the reasons which intensified this was because there was actually, when I Love Lucy ended to run back in 1957 or so, the Desi Arnaz, believe it or not, had planned on a spin-off of called the Mertzes. It was going to revolve around Fred and Ethel. So, it's sort of like I Love Lucy, but Fred and Ethel. William Frawley was all for it. He said, oh, great, good. Vivian danced did not. She turned it down. Two reasons. Number one, she couldn't stand working with William Frawley. And she said, I'm not doing this anymore. And really, Vivian Vance wanted to get back into, even though she was successful, playing Ethel, won Emmys, that this was her ticket to fame. She wanted to go back to movies and doing Broadway plays and things. So she turned it down, and that just intensified the not putting this word, hatred, that dislike between Vivian Vance and William Frawley. So, we talked about Lucy and Desi. They formed Desi Lou because there were some concerns with the union back in California there, and because the series was filmed in front of a live audience. The first time an ensemble cast did a sitcom comedy show in front of an audience. No canned laughter, no laugh track. Everything was live. Back in the day, when TV first started, it was sort of like a one camera thing. I Love Lucy was the first series to use 3 cameras. And it costs more, of course, but Lucy and Daisy existed. And so it was almost like a play. They shot I Love Lucy in sequence. I'll play with it. And do it one time, no retakes. So if somebody flubbed their lines, it was left there. Then you had the different camera outputs, which made the show, it was innovative. And that's just a part of the groundbreaking that Lucy does. Instituted. Lucy was such a, when she took over full Desi Lou, after she divorced Desi in 1962, Lucy bought Desi out. She bought him out, and she was in control of Desi Lou. And one of the things she did was she picked up this little known series of the 60s that nobody else wanted. Everybody else passed on the series. And Lucy thought it'd be kind of cool for Desi Lou Studios to produce. And that series turned out to be Star Trek. So think about it. If it wasn't for Lucy, we may not never have had Captain Kirk, Dr. Spock, Mr. Spock, or whatever, and Star Trek, right? It turned out to be really unpopular. So, and Lucy, I don't know if Lucy was the first series to use reruns. Because here's what happened. When Lucy was pregnant with little Ricky, and when they filmed that episode on January the 19th, I'll get the exact date. Oh yes, 1952. That's all about television. That episode, Lucy Goes to the Hospital, where Lucy gives birth to little Ricky. That was the most, up until later on, that was the most watched television program in history of television, British television, around. up until then. It was, in fact, the very next day was President Dwight Eisenhower's inauguration. The I Love Lucy episode of Lucy giving birth drew more people. More people watched. In fact, 67.3 rating, over 44 million people watched that. And all three, back then, it was such a terrible thing. You weren't allowed to lose the world, right? So the world was expecting uniformity. To use the word private, just like that, and put 17 people doing it. So that really something. But as the Lucy, real Lucy, was brought to the Desmond Jr. And of course, back then, the ultrasound really what things be. So the writers were like, what should we do, right? Well, they decided to have two different alternate endings. What were Lucy on the good, what were Lucy on the good? They thought this would be too, this is very soon, it's going to be too costly. So the head writer said, all right, we're going to give you a boy. And he said, okay, not knowing what Lucy would really have. In fact, it was time, it was just luck, I guess, for the real Lucy. Lucy had Desi Rivers Jr., baby, earlier that day. And of course, that made big headlines. And then later that night, 9 o'clock on a Monday, Lucy gave birth to little Mickey. That would be one. So, so we talked about because this show was 45 weeks. A lot of times you'll hear in the back, look where Desi always is about. Or did you ever watch an episode of All of the Saints? It was Lucy's getting into trouble. That was Lucy's grandmother. She attended like almost all the TV. She was the couple other things here before we wrap it up. So on March the 2nd, which is Rosie Agnes's birthday. That was the day right after the last hour-long episode of I Love Lucy, which was then called the Lucy Busy Comedy Hour, which was a part of Playhouse, Lucy and Busy Playhouse, which they were to. They would have a Lucy and Desi episode once a month. The other 3 weeks would be some other thing. Because Lucy and Desi so they said, all right, we'll give you an hour a month. We'll still keep Fred and Ethel, little Ricky, but everybody. But so after that show ended, what happened on Desi's birthday, March the 2nd, Lucy filed for divorce. What a birthday it was, huh? Happy birthday, Ricky. Here's the papers. Anyway, so one of the first American TV shows to be seen in England was I Love Lucy, and of course it was a hit over in Britain too. And of course it's won all kinds of awards over the years. In 1990, the newly established Television Hall of Fame, I Love Lucy was the very first show inducted into the TV Hall of Fame. The famous Lucy commercial, the Vita Medlin commercial, was ranked number 2 all-time greatest TV episodes. And the Italian movie one, where she stopped the grapes, was ranked number 18 at the time. And the episode where little Ricky was born was ranked the fifth greatest moment in television history. 2002, TV Guide did a poll, ranked all the greatest TV shows all time, and they ranked I Love Lucy #2. Seinfeld was ranked #1. I beg to differ. #3 was That Many Years. And as late as 2023, Variety magazine rated I Love Lucy the greatest television show of all time. So there you have it, our tribute two-parter to I Love Lucy. And what a great show. What a great show. I mean, I could still watch that show. You probably, you could find it. I think nowadays it's either on Hallmark Channel or Pluto TV. I don't know. There's so many different streaming services. It's there if you look for it. Trust me. I could sit and watch it all the time. It's like he's stopping and say, "Oh, I remember that one. I remember that one. We're at the Lucy or getting into trouble." In the middle of the California trip. Now, I remember what they meet William Bolden in the Brown Derby. Remember that? And he turns the table on them, and instead of them, Lucy's looking through the plants at Bill Bolden there. They just arrived at home. One of the first places her and Ethel go for lunch is the Brown Derby. Go to the Brown Derby. They see William Bolden in the next booth. Well, Lucy doesn't want to. Lucy's this crazed fan. She wants all the autographs. And she looks at him through the plants, and he notices it. And he looks at her through the plants, and he said, "I'm going to turn the tables over." So he sits there with his head propped on the booth, looking at Lucy eating her spaghetti. Lucy's eating spaghetti, and Ethel cuts it into pieces. It's just hilarious. And then Ricky takes Bill Bolden home to meet Lucy because she's such a good friend. And Lucy knows he's coming, so she wears this disguise. So Bill Bolden doesn't say, "Oh, you're the crazy broad in the Brown Derby who was stalking me." So she wears this fake nose, and which catches on fire when they light her cigarette. Then she douses her nose. The flames get a cup of coffee. That's it. What a great series, huh? It was written so well. Lucy herself was just the comic timing. You wonder how much that was in performance too. I mean, it was just classic shit. Classic shit. Don't ever redo I Love Lucy. Don't Hollywood, don't touch it, classic. Anyway, so thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you get to watch both parts. And drop in the comments. I'd like to know from you guys, what is your favorite episode of I Love Lucy? I already told you the Bible, but do you have a particular favorite? You can remember one. So, get a chance, go to James Community. You won't see. Good time. You listen to everything and you see. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow to talk about new stuff. Everybody have a good day. Peace and love. Thanks for watching.